I wrote an article called Ridge Runner Whitetails, where I feature a few hunts that I've done in this area right here. Now, unfortunately this spring, the logging company came in and logged it out. So I think as a hunting spot for me, it's probably not going to be quite the same. But since it's logged out anyway, I figured, you know what, I'm going to videotape it and show you exactly what spot I described in the article, and maybe you can find some parallels to the spots you hunt in your area. So looking north on the ridge, we're looking at the high ground here. So we're looking north, and you can see that the geography goes way up onto the hill. Now when this was forested, it was fairly open. There's not a lot of trees here, so you could see sometimes up to 100 yards on this ridge when it was forested. The deer would go up on that ridge and then come down. Now moving into the head of a ditch. Now this small depression here, it starts here and it goes down and falls away to a beaver pond down there. Now what that did is they forced most of the deer to travel along the edge of this ditch and then arrive up here. On the other side, now we're looking east, the ridge falls off again, and there is a small lake just on the other side down into that valley, and it's quite steep along there. So the deer didn't really like to go down there. They didn't like to go up and down the hill. Turning again, now we're moving down there. There's this pretty steep ditch that comes up through there. So that would drive or force the deer to come up through and funnel into this area. So basically what you've got is a section of about, maybe 100 yards or 80 yards where the deer would, from that whole country up there, which constitute thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of deer country, and turning to the south, and there's a few thousand acres of deer country there. So on either side of us is lowland, and for thousands of acres, this would be the easiest way for a deer to go north and south. And that is one of the main reasons this spot is an excellent spot. Anytime you find a section where the traveling is easy and it creates deer movement, because of that ease, you'll find some pretty good hunting, especially if the area is has lots of visibility, which when this was forested, it still was quite easy to walk, quite pleasant to walk through. The deer could see, feel comfortable, and yet they were fairly close on either side of this thing to get in some thick cover if they wanted to. The deer used to bed down here, but more likely during the rut they would travel through this area. And in this spot particularly, I've seen upwards of 10 deer on one sit in the morning, and I've seen bucks have sparring matches. I've seen does and bucks come through here. It was a really exciting place to hunt. Now unfortunately, this is logged out, and the deer probably will not feel quite as comfortable moving through this area as they once did. However, I'll just have to do some more scouting, and I'm sure I'll be able to find another spot that will work well. And of course, when it starts to grow up, again with more forested area, it'll be some pretty good browsing area. So this is the spot that I described in Ridge Runner Whitetails in the feature article in Ontario Outdoors magazine. Hope this helped, and hopefully you can learn, use some of the lessons here in the features and apply them to your hunting area. So, good luck next fall.